Last week I made a video listing 10 reasons 0.9 repeating is 1, and thanks to your many insightful comments, I have now collected proof that every single one of these reasons is invalid. First, let's look at the so-called algebraic proof. It starts by saying 0.9 repeating equals x. This is already wrong, because later it turns out that x equals 1, and if x is 1, then that means 0.9 repeating equals 1 right in the beginning. You can't assume stuff before you prove it. But say we set it equal to y instead and move forward. Next you multiply it by 10 on one side, but look, on the other side you're adding 9. How is that the same thing? And then you subtract 0.9 repeating from one side and x from the other. So you get 9 on this side and 10y minus x on the other. See, you can't prove anything. This is just like those proofs that 1 equals 2. See, say 0.2 repeating equals x. Then you put 2's on both sides to get 2.2 repeating equals 2x. Now subtract x from both sides. Since x equals 0.2 repeating, subtract x from this side to get 2, and on the other side, subtract the x from 1x to get just 1. Therefore, 2 equals 1. Obviously, this has to be invalid somehow, and it's like the same thing as this proof, just with different numbers. Okay, next there's the one where 0.3 repeating, or 1/3 times 3 is 0.9 repeating, or 1. First off, you should know this is trying to trick you because it's way too simple. If proving 0.9 repeating equals 1 were that easy, why do so many people still think it isn't? 0.3 repeating plus 0.3 repeating plus 0.3 repeating isn't 1 because it's missing the 0.0 repeating 1. That's the difference between 0.9 repeating and 1. So one of these has to be 0.3 repeating 4. Or for these to actually each be 1/3, you have to split the 0.0 repeating 1 between them. And 0.0 repeating 1 divided by 3 is 0.0 repeating 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 repeating. So you add that to each one of these and get 0.3 repeating to infinity, and then after infinity, more 3's repeating. Except that adds up to 0.9 repeating and then 9's repeating, which is 0.0 repeating, 0 repeating, 1 less than 1. So you have to do it again to get 0.3 repeating, 3 repeating, 3 repeating, and so on. So it's not enough to have 3's to infinity. They have to go to like super infinity. And then the problem with the proof is that if you've got these numbers that repeat to super infinity, how do you add them? I mean, like, what's 0.0 repeating 1 plus 0.0 repeating 9? You get 0.0 repeating 10, but then if you add another 0.0 repeating 1, is that 0.0 repeating 1, 1, or 0.0 repeating 2, or what? See, it depends exactly how many infinity zeros you have before the 1. Therefore, these kinds of numbers are special, and you can't just add them and multiply them like you would with normal numbers, so the proof is invalid. Because ultimately, 0.9 repeating is special. There's a truth to it beyond all this algebra stuff. It means something. If it's a number infinitely close to 1 but less than 1, then any proof that shows it's 1 has to be invalid. Sure, there's zero debate among mathematicians, and they all think they know that 0.9 repeating equals 1, but the problem with mathematicians is they all assume all these rules. They are caught in a system. They can't see the bigger truth. They will probably kill me if I don't say April Fools.